Celeste is a game about overcoming fears, hardships, and self-doubt, all the while giving yourself a migraine because it's freaking impossible. But on a recent stream, and somehow, with some miracle, I was able to beat the game and climb to the summit of Celeste Mountain. But that isn't where the game ends. In fact, as anyone who has played the game past the summit knows, there are 2 more chapters that make the rest of the game look like a joke. It's time to conquer the core of Celeste Mountain. I know. This is nothing groundbreaking or flashy, but it's the hardest thing I've done this far. So please bear with me on this one. Alright, thanks for not clicking away. Now we just need to go in the... Wait, what? No. Okay, so before I can even get in the level, I need to collect 4 crystal hearts that are hidden in different levels. These crystal hearts can be collected in one of 2 ways. First is finding them in the actual levels, and the second is completing B-sides, which are harder remixes of existing levels. Luckily, YouTube guides exist, so it didn't take me that long. I'm not gonna go over how I got each one, but maybe I'll do that in a separate video of collecting every crystal heart, who knows. But for now, let's just go into this level. And now that I'm actually in the level, seems like a good time to talk about this level's 2 main gimmicks. The first of which are the hot and cold switches, which change the room mechanics in a variety of ways, including changing some walls to where you have to grab them in order to bounce off of them with immense speed, or being small projectiles that either with the ice you can bounce off of them to gain height and save dashes, or the fire or hot side, which just kills you. But hold on, what am I talking about saving dashes? That is the level's second main gimmick, which is you only get 2 dashes per room. Yeah, because I wasn't having enough trouble with this game being able to actually control my character. Okay, so I didn't know about the fact that you only get 2 dashes, and that actually made this level a lot worse than it would have been if I knew, because I would have been able to plan out each room and actually, play the game. But nope, I decided to not do any research on this level, so I did not know what I was getting myself into. And hey, look at that, I'm actually doing pretty well so far. I've gotten across, like, a few rooms, at least 2, right? I'm only gonna cover a few rooms for a couple of reasons. 1, I don't want this video to take forever. 2, because I'm lazy. And 3, because I really want you to experience this level for yourself. And in fact, before watching the rest of this video, please just go and play this level, play the entire game all the way through, and then come back, because this game is actually one of the best games I've ever played. So now it's time to get into the levels that almost completely broke my mental health. The first handful of rooms in this area actually weren't that bad. It only got bad once it got to this room, which, what the heck is this? It requires that you dodge and weave through an actual metric ton of these icicle spikes, and as long as you don't hit the bottom or sides of them, you're good. But they are also moving. And if that wasn't bad enough, as I mentioned already, you only get 2 dashes per room. That's it. And if all of that wasn't bad enough, at the end you hit a hot and cold switch and have to make it to the other side of this block without landing on the spikes. Yeah, so it's pretty annoying. It took me a couple, it took me a half an hour just for this one room. This one room took me a half an hour. Somebody please help me. Yeah, so, that was that room. Anyways, next. Hey, we actually got a break with this room. For this one, all I had to do was avoid the fire, and I was pretty good to go. Yeah, and then we had this room, which not only required that I do it fast, due to the ever-increasing amount of lava pouring in and threatening to singe my toes off, but also, it's still hard to do. This game is still a very difficult platformer. So, I had to buckle down and spend an hour on this room. I'm not joking, this one room took me almost an hour. Please, somebody, this is a call for help. It starts off pretty simple. You just have to bounce off these 2 blocks to get to this wall. And after that, you have to climb up this wall to bounce over to these blocks while also dodging all the flame balls. And then you have to grab the wall that's covered in a conveyor belt to go up and still dodging the flame balls. And finally, you get to the end of the room where you are met with just more insanity. You have to flip the cold switch, which opens this door, and then you have to climb this ridiculous tower while also dodging the icicle balls. Yeah, and then this took me another couple, I want to say, 45 minutes, and then you have to climb another insane tower with blocks that only stay there for a second, and then you have to climb another insanely long tower while mostly only using these conveyor blocks to actually propel you upwards, which is only harder because there are fireballs. But they don't all go at the same speed, so you have to predict which ones go faster, and then you have to move yourself accordingly, only to then get to the top of the room. I forgot about this little part right here, where you need to climb up this tower while going left and right, and bouncing off icicle balls, and then jumping over flame balls, and it's just the most annoying thing I've ever done, and I can't believe I've wasted hours of my life on this dang video game. I think that was the most annoying part of this entire level. Hopefully, the rest of the level isn't that difficult. And you know what? Here's a time-lapse of all of the different times I failed. Yup, the consequences of my actions coming back to haunt me once again. Believe it or not, the rest of the level wasn't actually that bad. No, I only died like twice. I was insane after this. And so with that room, the core of the Celeste Mountain is done. Oh, what, that? Yeah, that's not an actual chapter if you don't think about it. Just forget about it, okay? Hey, thanks for staying to the end of the video. I'm sorry it took so long to make this, but I'm trying out some different editing styles, and I'm working on a few different things, so yeah, I'm sorry about that. If you did like this editing style, though, please tell me in the comment section down below. And if you have any feedback or any questions, please put them there as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.